The forest is a peculiar organism of unlimited kindness and benevolence that makes no demands for its sustenance and extends generously the products of its life activity. It affords protection to all beings, offering shade even to the axeman who destroys it. Anamudi Shola National Park is a biodiversity hotspot spread over an area of 32.85 square kilometers in the highlands of the Western Ghats. The area is home to one of the most endangered cluster of evergreen forests. Shola forests are small forests of dwarf trees with curved trunks not exceeding 15 meters in height, scattered among the hills and highlands of the Western Ghats. Inhabited by wildlife and diverse fauna, these forests can be classified as broad-leafed evergreen forest. Shola forests and grasslands play a vital role in creating permanent springs, preventing soil erosion and loss of topsoil elements due to runoff from the top. Their protection is essential to maintain the biodiversity of the Western Ghats. Wattles and eucalyptus plantations, which cover about 30% of the land area of the Anamudi Shola National Park, pose a major threat to the park's biodiversity. The phased removal of these plantations and the regeneration of natural vegetation pose serious challenges to the biodiversity restoration of the national park.
During 1970s and 80s, these grasslands of Munnar were planted with eucalyptus and acacia to supply raw material for the wood-based industries. Later, the focus of forest management changed from production to conservation. That was the time when these less wildlife-friendly areas were converted back to natural grasslands by the forest department. This was being done with the help of eco-development committees of the area, and after finding this as a successful model, we are replicating it in other protected areas of Munnar.
In April 2018, a man-made fire engulfed the plantation of wattle in Pazhathottam area. The forest officers looked at the smoking land and saw it as a good opportunity to experiment environmental restoration.
With this eco-restoration program, we aim to restore the natural forest and grassland by removing the eucalyptus and wattle plantation that pose a major threat to the biodiversity of national parks and sanctuaries. For this, we formed a separate EDC called Pazathottam by involving the people of Pazhathottam to ensure people participation in eco-restoration program. The Pazathottam EDC is the first EDC formed in Kerala for ensuring public participation in eco-restoration.
In May 2019, foresters and watchers planted grass and seedlings of Shola on an experimental basis in the 2-hectare area. They succeeded in regenerating the natural foliage of the area. Inspired by this victory, the team under Wildlife Warden of Munnar, including the ranger, the staff of Shola National Park and protection watchers of the national park started to repeat the process across various areas in the Pazathottam hills. Prior to this, the entire forest department staff, including the watchers, formed an eco-development committee called Pazathottam with the participation of the local people with the aim of long-term environmental restoration. Pazathottam, first EDC in Kerala for ecosystem restoration, was established in 2020 for carrying out activities while ensuring the ownership of the community.
We are trying to successfully complete the eco-restoration program by coordinating the activities of Pazathottam EDC. We provide proper training to 20 EDC members to produce better result in eco-restoration. The aim is to transform this area into a natural grassland in about 3 to 4 years by providing proper care to them.
The first initiative in the landscape was a challenge considering the complexities associated with it, such as nursery requirement, topsoil collection, arresting topsoil, embedded seed bank, and so on. As the first step of the EDC's work, the burnt stumps of trees were felled and aligned in the soil to block soil erosion. Then the EDC members planted locally available grass on 50 hectares of land in selected areas. Under careful monitoring of the team, the seedlings and replanted grass took hold of the areas. A grassland that can nurture other fauna and retain water became a cradle for the forest to take over. In land previously razed by fire, the EDC is reviving the unique grasslands found in the high hills. All those who worked for the program are overjoyed when birds and wildlife visit these grasslands. Camera traps were placed in the restored area to monitor the return of wildlife presence in that area. Today, the Pazathottam hills are a source of great pride and satisfaction not only to the Kerala Forest Department but to all nature lovers. Pazathottam Eco Development Committee was the first EDC formed in Kerala state to ensure public participation in environmental restoration. From 2019, Pazathottam Eco Restoration Program is undertaken under IHRML project, the United Nations Development Program and Ministry of Environment and Climate Change, through funding from Global Environment Facility, supports the implementation of the Indian High Range Mountain Landscape Project.
Since the start of Pazhathottam Eco Restoration Project, we were able to restore 30 hectares of land with natural grass species. This area is frequented by wild animals, birds and butterflies. Moreover, the area has shown rejuvenation of a stream which flows naturally through this area. The people of Pazathottam has reported that the water availability in their area has improved a lot. Our aim is to do eco-restoration and improve the habitat of wild animal and improve the water availability of Pazathottam.
Human intervention has devastated nature for centuries. It's only in the last century that we have paid attention to its consequences. Let us hope that biodiversity will flourish again in our forests. While we cannot match the speed of nature, we can still help it come back to its erstwhile homes. This program is evidence.